Whoa. Okay. So I was muted. That's good. Talking on mute is a pro skill, I think. So I'm going to start over. I'm working on books today. That's it. Keepable books. And unmutable microphones, because the mute button doesn't unmute when I press it, apparently. So today's a book day. I don't actually know how much more time it's going to take to do it, but I'm guessing me saying that means it'll take the entire stream. I also don't know why that is mildly disconcerting. Hey, Tom. I got a nice little newsletter today in my inbox talking about Patchy Matchy and other thingies. Now I feel like I know more about Tom Sutton again every month. Once a month, in fact. How are you, Tom? Tom Sutton, Patchy Matchy Genius. Hope you're well. I'll just be booking it tonight. Thanks for the little dizzy diddly dance. And, probably going to be a quiet night. I mean, not for me. I have to be talking. You know how it goes. Gonna make a tuna melt. Sounds yummy. Hope that you enjoy it. It's not a tuna. I'm just going to keep chugging along. I assume you saw our notice. I might have even told you we were terminating our publisher. We put our own sort of newsletter out, except it was more like a press release. Anyway, that's fun. Fun times had by all. Oh, you heard last stream. Yeah, I guess I've been verbally stating it. So now we've officially publicly announced a bunch of stuff, and we just keep going forward. We do. How we roll. I'm tired. That's how I feel. A lot of pent-up stress in the last 6 months. Just, I've said this multiple times. Our agreement has ended amicably, but 6 months of doing that is just extremely stressful. And I was going through all of our backlog of tickets today, because now it's time to sort of reorganize now that we have a little bit more focus. And I'm just really stressed. About all the things that we need to get done. And, there's a lot of desire from my end to show more content and get a lot of the things people have been asking for out, but also do it appropriately and methodically. And it's a little stressful. There's a lot to do. And I do think, I've been debating whether streaming is really worth it. But I always have to remind myself the reason I stream isn't necessarily for some kind of building an online presence. If I was doing that, I would be working on different things or putting more effort. But also, I could also just work at night. The reality is, and this is where I have to keep myself honest, those times I tried not to stream so I could work, I wouldn't say I was more effective. I'd say that the impetus to stream at least gives me some kind of focus. Not like my wife's hair all over me. I thought I'm being cognizant of your need to make food. I didn't want to interrupt that process, Tom. Not that I can interrupt that process, but worried about it. Yeah, stream is structured time. But it's distractible Structured time. But even when I structure my time, I allow myself to be distracted. I'll go on YouTube or something. So I can't say that I'm really that much better. Not, I think the only thing different is that the type of problems I work on, I can really dig in. I can focus more than when I'm streaming. When I'm streaming, I feel like I'm like running at half capacity, and that's a little frustrating. I would prefer to be a little bit more effective when I stream. But you know, c'est la vie, I guess. I need to make a book item view. We have this in here. Books. Here we go. I think I'm gonna steal this thing. I don't know. The other thing that gets me really stressed, not exact. Let me see if I can phrase this right. It's not that streaming is stressful, but I get a little second guessy about what I'm working on because I'm not really sure what is interesting to work on while streaming. I don't think that's why I should pick things to work on, but I feel like I should try to pick things that are interesting, I guess. Perhaps. Maybe. But it's, you know, I don't think UI stuff is really the most schmexy for people. I don't know if most people really want UI work. I thought it was cool. Like for me, like, oh yeah, UI is cool. But I realized I don't really watch a lot of people make UI stuff. Who likes to watch UI? Maybe. So text mesh pro GUI. You go GUI. Title. I need to steal something. I can do it. We want the icon and the title. I think that's all we want. And then we also want the object that represents the date. Right? Yes. Okay. So, wait, what did I do? What? What did I do that's causing it to be... Oh, somehow I included... We need to import... I think it's a UI image. I think that's all we have, though. We have a title and an icon. And we need the object, right? Forgot if I just make them properly. Because these things just get loaded when it runs. Yes, okay. I wonder why I did it this way though. Why didn't I just make it a property? Is there a reason? I think so. I think this is just overdone. So we'll just make it a public property. Fine. Use me. Okay. So then we say if data is, I don't even know what it is. Book item, I guess. Is that what I'm doing? I think that's what it is. Might be. Monster. No, bestiary. I'm using the bestiary thing. Hey, Sorrow. What's up, homie? Going pretty good over here. How goes those life goals? It was a great chat with you the other day. Even though the service wasn't working as well as it should have. We have a what is our list here? literally just a UI list. So there must be a bestiary item, view item. Super insightful. You got to hear about, you know, the joys of making a game. I actually use bestiary. Okay, that's good. I can just use my book item. And we'll book it. Don't need you. Don't mean a thing. You ain't got that swing, baby. So this should be fine. I should be able to just use this now. I'm okay with that being public. I know it's complaining. No one's using it. Good thing that my stream was pretty much empty when I started, because for a moment I was talking on mute. That's a good experience when you're streaming. Can't imagine streaming without talking. I know there's some people who do that. Some people stream and they just have music on. They just chill out. You know, Stoff used to do that all the time. Where is Stoff these days? Is he still streaming? What happened to Stoff? Where's my Stoff? Did build? Okay, compile. Okay, so I need to go. Where am I going here? I'm going to go to this thing. Book. Should have called it a book view item. Oh, whatever. We don't have an icon. So I was trying to think. I was talking to Jacob about this. I think that instead of every time we define a book, we get a unique icon for it, we make a type of book and we categorize them by type. Because I could easily see there being quite a few books in the game. And it would just seem challenging to have an icon for every single book. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Right now, I don't even have anything for the icon. I think it's just... Yeah, so I don't yet have anything for the icon. So I'm just going to leave them like they are. So I believe I might have all the pieces in here to make this work. And then for S's and G's, I'm going to go and find... Where are they? Here it is. I'm going to find a book. We'll make the joke book. We'll make the joke book a default book in our library. Now how do I do that? I want to go to the book data manager. I borrowed heavily from the bestiary. It's actually much more simple to do books than the bestiary. Then when I was making this, I was like, you know, with the way my lexicon works, I can do lexicons for anything, any sort of object I want to represent. So I was even thinking for like keywords, I could probably have a little lexicon. But I could technically set something up where books have pages. I think the reason I didn't want to do that was because the way the book renders, I wouldn't be able to like easily determine pages. Although then of course I have this, maybe I'm lying. Like I had to hard code pages in here because of some of the layout problems. So who knows? Okay. I love making extra work for myself, Tom. Don't you know that about me yet? I'm all about making extra work. That's how I exist. I make extra work all the time, with no exceptions. My life is extra work. Not extra credit though. Wasn't really much of a fan of extra credit in school. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to go back to your high school years with the things you know now? Like, I wouldn't be quite so unsure of myself. Or maybe I would. Who knows? Anything's possible. Books. Okay. So I already have a books item. I wonder why these ones don't have. Did I not make these localized? That seems strange. I thought I made. Yeah, this is localized. Okay. So what is this one though? Oh, it is. Okay. No, I must have just done that actually. I was confused. I confused myself. Okay. So the books menu need to point to books window. Yeah, okay. I'm not totally sure. I must have had this ages ago and just forgot about it. Alright. This should just work. I think. I guess we'll find out. We'll do that, and we'll do this. I think we already recompiled. All right, let's go see if our books work. It would be, well, I have to make the books work, but I just want to get the menu. Let's see how amazing this is going to be. It's going to blow your mind. See, the next page of our story. I am not sure what just happened. Why is this all weird? We're in full HD mode, but it's like, I want you to be at 1. So weird. I'm totally unsure what is happening here. I know we messed with some things. Full HD is what it's supposed to be. What happened to my UI? I am confused. By 9 aspect. Try it again, I guess. That's strange. I know I was messing with this earlier because I was trying to get I was trying to figure out a potential VSync issue, but it wasn't working. Okay, I don't know what that was. That was strange. All right, we got books. We got books. Except we don't have a it's a hidden cursor. Hey, look, the menu opens and it goes back. That's good. I mean, I'll take it. It doesn't do anything. I don't particularly like how the finger is all the way on the left there, so I might have to make it a little more squishy. But that's, I mean, all things considered, that's not bad. I'll take it. I need to do, I don't need the cursor container script. I don't think. Yeah. So that's how you know how old this was. I had added the books menu when we still used this stupid script for cursor containers. Use cursor. So we're gonna go back to the books view. We're gonna make it a little smaller. Main column. Let's do 25, I guess. We'll deal with that again. Top left, top bar content. I think this could be maybe, not 50. 55. I can't drive 55. Okay, so then we have, what was I doing? Who are you people? Footer. Let me make this 25. We got that part. I'll put the little key prompt here. I'll probably go through all of the windows and just add the key prompt for back, just so it's consistent. But I do want to make this actually work. So now I got to figure out how to make it work. What I'm going to look at is the book node. Because the book node is what shows the node. The book node is connected to the... Actually, it's the book command. No, it's a book node. Yeah. Script builder display book. How did I do this? Book window command. I think this is actually important. Well, I'm already in a window, so I don't need to do this. Do I? I guess it wouldn't hurt. We want you to push it into currently active object. So I made the books work purely with the script running system. But I either need to put this into a existing script on the map, or come up with a different way. I mean, I can open it, right? Let's see what let me see what this does with current local reference. Nothing. So there's no current local reference in this. I don't know what the current local reference is used for. This is referring to the script runner, but this only gets used in getting variables. I do have shortcodes for that. That's cute. Okay, so then I think I could just do this. I think I can literally just use this code right here. Maybe. So we're gonna go to book item view, and I think this is where we would. No, actually, I'm gonna do it from the controller. So there's just a view. So the controller for the books, book window, book window, book controller. No. Book window view control. There we go. So we're gonna say on void on book and even though I don't have to get base event data, it doesn't hurt. So if we pick a book, any book, we do want this because we want to know the item, right? So we're gonna get something. No. This go here. All right. So if data dot selected object is book item view, then there we go. Let's just see if we can open a book. Now, what is going on here? Is not working. No, that's not how it works. It should be able to check. This is actually very weird. I thought that's how you do it. Well, I could do this. So if it's gonna give me a pattern recommendation, I think. Oh, it can't be handled as a pattern. No, shut your face. Why can't I handle it as a pattern? That's weird. I'm a little curious why this isn't working. I wonder, did I make it private or something? No, public class. You should be able to cast mono behaviors, can't you? Oh. Got it. So it's because I have to get the component, not the object. So that's I forgot about that. Okay. So we have the view there. I just realized when Tom said, "Don't make extra work for yourself." Isn't all of it extra work? Or isn't all just work? You're just doing work. That's what you're doing. Extra or not, it's just work. I think you have to have concrete plans to make something actually considered extra. On book submitted. Okay, so this should open it. If I, so I'm not going to set up the event, I think. Once it's done building. Why don't celebrities ever complain about being hot? They have a lot of fans. Actually, not bad. I dated an apostrophe once. Way too possessive. Except there's not a TOO there. It should say two with two O's. Okay. So this puppy needs an event trigger. We don't care about any of these ones. We just want on submit. Why are you not? Come on. Oh, in the scene. There we go. Now we have unbook submitted, so that'll be good. So this should allow for opening up the book view. Maybe. Or not. We'll find out. Oh, did I turn on my gizmos? Here. Go away, gizmos. Come on. Why is it doing that? It's like loading it in a weird... format. Don't know why it's doing that. Dement TBD Gamer, welcome y'all. How are you? How was your stream today? Thanks for the raid. I'll give you a shout out. I think you probably have a few more people on your stream than I have on mine, but I'll give you a shout out anyway. You know. Oh no, you guys broke my pot. How y'all doing tonight? What were you working on? Tell me. By the way, TBD, I assume, as with most streamers, you're probably just popping in and popping out, but so don't feel obligated, obviously. But if you had a good stream and you wanted to share anything, try to do this. Yeah, I know how that goes. Citoliux is the one you want to thank for more friends. Thanks, Citoliux. Nah. Think TBD has raided me before. This is not the first time. How y'all doing? And thanks for the follow, by the way, Citoliux. I'm working on memorable books. Citoliux. Oh, that's even better. Citoliux. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That like Ringo. Uh-oh. Why'd you do that? Okay. So that, you know, in effect it worked. Except I need to make the window behind it go away. Or completely fade it out, I guess. I could do either. Raid training, Seto was cozy as always. Oh, so did Seto raid TBD who raided me? Is that how that happened? Are you a streamer? Do you stream? You got a fair number of followers. I gotta find out who you are. Okay, this is the wrong browser. You're like a famous person. I got it. Testing. My site is muted. Okay, there we go. 1,000, almost 2,000 followers. My gosh. We're all just human doing. Yeah, I know. You know what I found most interesting about learning. Oh, I like your little VTuber type character. Is that what you use for your stream? I've been debating doing something like that, so I don't have to worry about my face anymore on stream. Unfortunately, you're a human that uses Visual Studio, so I don't know what type. Visual Studio. You made your own setup in Unity. Okay, so at least you're using Unity. Unity is the best ever. Kidding. Seto has a son. A new son? I'm really... Is your son... Well, your son was born out of wedlock? I'm sorry to hear that. Or not sorry? I don't... What should I say? In the stream. Oh, okay. Just a little cube. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Sorry, Seto. No, I was saying that what I learned about streaming is even people who have 10 times the number of followers and, you know, hundreds of viewers don't really make a lot of money doing it. So it's not like a couple thousand followers necessarily, like a famous level streamer. But that's why I think it's funny is like when you first start streaming, you're like, I have 10 followers, but look at these people with thousands. It's like, yeah, I mean, you do it long enough, you just kind of accumulate. As long as you're not being a complete jerk all the time. Like me. I gotta figure out how to do these books. I'm not really sure how I want to do it now. The follow number is not so much a mark of success as one would think. It's a mark of like, how long have you just been struggling? Who needs to read? People like books and games, you know? I mean, I've been streaming for 4 years. I don't have 2,000 followers, but to be fair, in the last 2 years, I really haven't been trying. I used to really try, and it's a lot of work. Okay, so something I could do when you read a book is I could make it so there's a faded background. It might be nice to do that just to avoid distractions of things around, perhaps. People in games and reading cement that is not true. I'll tell you what. When we did our first demo, so many people were like, I wish you had some kind of book that I could read. There are literal people who would go and read every word on here. No, I have not been working on this project. Wait, hold on. Have I been working on it for 4 years? No, I have not been working on it for 3.5 years. Almost 4 years. It's been a while, hasn't it? Oh no. It's been a while. It's been a while. Oops. I keep forgetting how long it's been. Yeah, well, let me tell you what. I'll tell you, like, this journey, which I'm not going to go over all the details, but since there's new people here, here's just to tell you where we are now. So in 2022, we got a publisher, and we went all out. All out. My partner on the project went full-time, more than full-time, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. I still had a full-time job, so I went as much extra time as I can slice out of my life for over 1.5 years, killing ourselves over this. And unfortunately, it didn't work out with our publisher, and so we just recently terminated them. But it took 6 months to, like, you know, go back and forth and have all the agreements and all that. It's an amicable determination, so we're not like bitter or anything about our publisher. But it's just a lot. Like, it just completely sucked the life out of us from working on our project. I mean, I'll be fair, like, amicable termination, and I think it's better for us. Right? So it's not like we were the ones that said, hey, we think it would probably be better if we terminated. And I don't think they particularly wanted that, but I think given some of the conversations we recognized together that it would be beneficial for all of us to move forward. So for us, it is like a weight lifted, because now we can sort of focus our energies in the way we want. But 6 months after killing ourselves for a 1.5 years, and then to go through another 6 months of this nonsense, it's just been a lot. So, you know, there's the game's in early access. You don't know, but well, you know now. In the Steam community, people are like, "Is this game dead?" The last release was in January, and we're like, "I wish I could tell you everything's going on right now." We've been trying. It's been a thing, is what I'm saying, and now we're just regrouping. And for the last 6 months, I've been working on a lot of small things and, well, some bigger features, but I've been trying not to get too far ahead because we didn't know where things would land, and so I was trying not to like get too crazy with what I did. But now we gotta get crazy with what we did. Well, to be, but also to be fair to people, no, they sent that message like 5 months later, not 2 weeks, but 5 months. We used to be much more frequent with our updates too. We'd probably push an update out every month or so. So I don't think people were being unfair. I've talked about this a bit on my stream a number of times, which is it's primarily that I get how consumers look at things. It's not always fun as the person making the game, but I understand. And I just wish people would also be a little more understanding at times. Now I'm never gonna I will never leave a negative review. If I leave a negative review on somebody's Steam page, the only reason will be because they truly did something egregious. Otherwise, never. In fact, any reviews, I will never leave a 3-star review on anything unless something so egregious happened. Ever. If I'm leaving a review, it's a 5-star review. If I'm doing a Steam review, it's a thumbs up. I will absolutely 100% never leave negative reviews. It's not worth it for me, and definitely not worth it for the people who are receiving it. Telling you, yeah, a lot. It was a lot. Always dead game. I mean, you're a consumer too. Yeah, how it looks from outside without dev perspective is vastly different. Must be some product or game you've been waiting for with no news. Oh yeah, like the Hollow Knight Silk Song, maybe. Same. It's better for a super good reason. Yeah, exactly. Unless it's really bad. One of the sad things where it benefits us as devs to think from a consumer perspective, it doesn't benefit the consumer. Right. Well, consumers want what they want when they want it. But I will say that a lot of people have been really reasonable and friendly and fair, right? I think the part that killed me in the beginning of our early access launch was when we would get people say, wow, it's clear they're putting their heart and soul into this, thumbs down. And do you not realize how that affects things for us? The people who recognize the effort and say, yes, I know this is a lot of work, but I'm still going to give you a negative review. It is very hard to deal with. Yeah, it's really hard. And that's why I'm never giving thumbs down. If I don't like a game or I don't like the development team or whatever, I'm just going to stay away from it. And if they're getting all sorts of thumbs up, great. Go get your thumbs up. If they're getting a bunch of thumbs down, fine. But I'm not going to review bomb you just because I'm jumping on a bandwagon. Honestly, I never did that before anyway, because it's just too much work. So, it's not like I'm fundamentally changing who I am, but I'm going to be even less inclined. Hey, Adan, how are you? How goes? Tell me, do you have any updates on anything? How's the world of the searching for things? Have you found what you're looking for? But I still haven't found... Okay, what was I doing? I was looking at... I needed to find books. Did I just have a whole different menu for books? I think I did. Unfortunately, my camera is blocking me. I have a little board right next to my screen that has all of the data here, so I can barely read it. It's hard to believe being on the internet all day you see negativity all day, every day, but in general, people try to be nice. Yeah, there are a-holes, but majority actually thinks other people are trying to accommodate. Yeah. Not yet. Mostly phone calls, yeah. Web scraping, that sounds fun, question mark? Where is my book stuff? I know I have books in here somewhere. I just don't remember where I put the UI for it. Here it is, book. Oh, it's interesting that the book is here. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So this is the book container, which is not showing anything. Oh, there. Why it's not showing? Weird that it's not showing here, but it's showing here. So to me, it seems like I should just blank out the back entirely. Could do a tinted background. My problem when I stream is that I very easily can not work and just chat. Ooh, it's thundering outside. Gotta say, one thing people should learn is that everyone on the internet is an actual person. It's not okay to harass, bully. Yeah, I don't. You know, one of the more interesting. So I have learned a lot about customer service in this experience. And I've talked about this a few times. We don't get angry or vindictive or grumpy with anybody who gives us negative feedback. Even when it sucks, essentially what we do is we say, hey, we really appreciate your feedback. You know, here are some answers to your concerns. We understand that you're not happy, but we're glad that you spent the time to give us the feedback. And we give them some updates on where we are, right? And I don't think I've ever done that and had someone persist in being pissy with us. I think generally it has resulted in lukewarm or better outcomes. Back in the 90s, there was a thing called netiquette. Yeah. I mean, I think it'll come back. I feel like what I've been seeing from Gen Z and what else we'll see from Gen A is a sort of bounce back of sort of better standards of communication. I don't know how to say it. I think it's like the boomer Gen Xers and millennials that have probably been the more trolly and jerky, but it's also because we evolved from not having any of this to having it. So like, you know, people who grow up with it will likely get tired of all the BS that's been happening. That's my theory, but it is just a theory. A Motzi theory. Anyway, so where I thought I had a place in the we had to adapt. Whereas they're born with the tech availability, right? There was this one experiment by journalists. She decided to start talking with everyone who DM'd her with hurtful comments. Most responded back with, "Sorry, I didn't really think it would be hurtful." Yeah, once you pierce the veil of like the humanity of somebody, it changes their behavior. I remember a buddy of mine who would, you know, when you're driving and someone's being kind of jerky behind you or something, and he would turn around and look at them, not meanly or anything. He literally would just make eye contact, and it changed their behavior immediately. Of course, that doesn't work with everybody. Some people, it like riles them up. But for the most part, yeah, you end up with, okay, so that's better. The finger has to go, but it's still better. Okay, we have to get rid of the finger. Or we have to like pause the input of the window. So I need to oh, fudge. Okay, I think I know what I have to do. I'm not going to enjoy this. I think I need to make this book controller into one of my windows. Can I not use a base UI component? Oh, I guess I don't need this to be. I think I can just make it a UI window, actually. just did that. Let's see how badly I can break this. Are you testing your own game? I'm developing more stuff on it. Your game looks so good. Thank you, Zement. It's still in progress. I was thinking about that with all of our announcements on the termination. I would say that from the time we launched early access, we were about a month or two behind what our plans were when we launched early access. Early access did delay a lot of things because we had to regroup and fix tons of feedback and do some features that we weren't expecting to, but people wanted. So that was part of the delay. But then also, just there were other things we needed to do, or we were being asked to do, that weren't really, in my opinion, as priority. And in the course of the last 10 months, we just got progressively behind. So now I'm really trying to get caught up on all the little things. I mean, I plan to have the books menu done ages ago. I will say one thing that I just recently figured out how to do is on-map battles with this engine I'm using. It's an engine within an engine. So I'm really excited to eventually get that fully working. Eventually. It's an engine, right? A game within a game. Except it's an engine within an engine. Okay, so first off, books. What was I doing? Oh, I wanted to make it into a window. Crap. Okay, so this, I need to figure this out here. This. What is the problem here? I need to look. It says null reference. So it's not finding the instance. Let's see. I need to do a if no, it's not this private static. Only one book controller, and then I have to make a static initializer. So it's going to be private. Oh no. Because I use the thing that makes the start a little faster. Instant. Okay. That should be okay. And then we'll get that. And then there is an open method on this, isn't there? Oh. We don't want to do any of this stuff here. I think that's what I want to do. Let's see what happens. But that's how it goes. Complex enough game using a generalist engine results in specific engine by your own design. Yeah, in Inception. It also kind of shadows the fact that you could do the same thing with other frameworks or libraries, just using base code without engines, except the export option. Yeah. Do C++, SDL. but then you'd be stuck with exports. Yeah, and I'm not like the Unity part is fine. It's because of the Smile Game Builder side of things, right? The Smile Game Builder engine export and all the enhancements I've had to do to it, and learn along the way. I think that excuse me, it's one of those like hindsight 2020. But I don't know if I would have done it any differently. I still go back to thinking like, would there have been anything that I would have done differently knowing what I know now? I don't think so. I don't think we would have ended up with the game we have now. Okay, so that part's not working. Let's see if this works. Okay. So UI window. I got to figure out how this is going to translate. Smile Game Builder has a lot of export issues. Didn't work on all desktops. Yeah, but getting it into Unity and building it works fine. I mean, it's really not. I'm pretty impressed with what they were able to do with it. Okay, so what I need to figure out. So awake, I think is okay. I think I'm going to make this preload. Private. I think preload is a... Is it protected? Is it public? It has to be public because that's got to be accessible. Okay, so that's my replacement for awake. If I say open and I give gamebook data, this should be okay. That should open it. Close. I don't want that at all. So what we'll do instead is I can't remember. On handle close. I think I can override this. So we'll say public. Can I do it? What was I? Close takes public virtual public override. Override. What's going on here? Public virtual void close. Yes, it's C# done. It's got from somewhere. Like in life in general, I've done some stuff I'm not proud of. Yeah, you've done some pretty amazing things though too. I still remember the booty shake game, whatever that monster was. I wouldn't exactly be right here if it wasn't that stuff, and I love it here. Wife, kids, fulfilling work. I'd be scared of butterfly effect if I could change you, dude. A bit blurry. I don't see C#. I don't C#. Listen, Zement, I was literally today thinking about that. Like, what would it be like to be back in high school with the experience and sort of level of confidence I've gained? I'm not kidding you. I was literally like, what would that be like? because I was very self-conscious. I was very, very, very skinny. I didn't work out or anything. I would probably be working out more. I would get myself in shape because like now I understand, like I wouldn't be as tied into all the random stuff that I was, or maybe I would. I don't know. I was just like I was really like spinning on that a lot. Never programmed C#, but it doesn't look anything like C++ or C. Yeah, it looks more like Java or JavaScript or any other sort of slightly higher level language. I mean, it looks a little bit like C++ or C, but there's components to it that wouldn't, because you're not doing memory management or anything like that. Okay, so this work, I guess what I could say is, if for some reason this gets called, I can just... can I do that? No, I'm just not going to do it. I'll just have to override where that happens. So then if this gets called... Oh no, I lost the code it's supposed to do. Okay, let's go back and look where it was. Not very C-like, C++-like though. Yeah, well, I was looking at, I've done some Unreal investigation, and the C++ code that's written is like amazingly crazy. How long have you been a game developer for? Me or Zement? I've been doing game dev since 2020, but I've been doing life dev forever. I've been doing software development professionally for 17 plus years, and outside of that, even longer. I mean, if I count the time I did contract work, then it would be even longer. It'd be more like 20 plus years and then some. Because since I was a teen, I was trying to do coding. So my early teens, like when I was 13 or something. And I'm 43 now, so 30 years ago. Yeah, it would be weird. It may be awesome. I have this level of confidence and knowledge back in high school. Not asked of me, but been using Uni since 2009. I wish I started that early. What's your experience been like working with Uni? My friend does game development and works in C#. It's fine. I get it. I get it more than I get other engines. C# is a language that's up my alley because of my background. And I like it because it took a long time for me to learn, but it makes more sense to me than some other things. Like Godot and GDScript, not so much my favorite because it sort of modeled like a Python language, and I don't like Python at all, like even mildly. I've avoided Python actively in my career. C# is so fresh. There's lots. I like the syntactic sugar. I will say that I have oscillated on my opinions on code. And one of the things when I first saw C#, I hated. Well, there's lots of things I hate about it. By default, the fact that the brackets are on their own lines, hated it. Now I just don't care anymore. And I hated this terminology. Using there instead of saying it specifically as an int. Hated it. And at the time, I agree with myself. The reason I hated it was the IDEs wouldn't tell you what it was. You would have to infer it yourself. Now the IDE tells you it's an int. So you're like, okay, that makes sense. Var is fine if you can read what the class is. Well, I mean, no, like the IDE will tell me what it's going to be. And the reason I actually like var is that if I have to, for some reason, change what it is returning, I won't have to go back and change a bunch of declarations. I just change the right side of one equation and then boom, it's covered, right? Especially if it's a polymorphic class, then I don't have to worry about it. I mean, I guess I could do everything by interfaces. No, but you can even do var, like, well, I guess, yeah. If you have it defined on the left side, you don't have to define it on the right side, right? Which I also like. One of the syntactic figures I like, if it's like, if I'm doing a list string, I can do, so this says, oh, I can do new list string, or I can just do new. I actually really like this syntactic sugar because it's implicit, right? On the left side, I said it's a string of a list of strings. Why do I have to redefine it on the right side? You can't read what's going on. I can't read what's going on. Okay, so what was I doing? I need to go find where this usage is. Because now, I don't even need this nonsense. Get rid of that entirely. That's good. I still don't like ternary operators, but I do like... I like the null... I don't even know what it's called anymore. It's where it's like the null assignment operator. Where you say like... this is question mark equals. No coalescing, is that what it's called? This doesn't make any sense because it doesn't exist yet, but where you use the double question marks and you equals. It's like, it's not a ternary because it has one function. It's only one purpose is if it's null, assign the value, right? Otherwise, leave it alone. So you don't have to do multiple lines like doing if checks or anything. Let me see here. So what else did I do that would cause this not to work? They don't want to do any of this. I want to on open window, which is going to make the window open. This close is no longer used, which is great. I'll get rid of that. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. So I need to do... No, actually, no. I think... This is fine. If it's open, it's fine. That won't work until it's open. That should be okay. Yeah. Well, I don't always love that because that question mark can get hidden in code. So I just thought about that today. Sometimes I actually would prefer to check first if something's null. So I'm being more explicit as a if I were to have someone else read my code, they may or may not understand how that term, like using the question mark to say only if it exists. And the other problem is in Unity, you can't use that on all their objects because the way their object lifecycle cycle works. It won't be a valid way to use it. But I mean, I do still use it. I just I was just thinking today that like I wouldn't use it everywhere. In select cases, I would. Invokes is a great place because you're like, oh well, if the action exists, fine. If not, who cares? I agree with you on that part. Like doing event evocation, totally. I mean, that's part of programming, right? So, man, I forget. Do you do software development on a day job perspective? Why is this not okay? Oh, I know why. Okay. I know exactly what's going on. So let's see here. The problem is now there's a delay for when we start to open something and when it is actually open. So I need to go to the book command. Was a game dev programmer for 10 years and later Unreal and now transitioned to web dev. How do you like web dev versus game dev? Are you glad you made the transition? Does it feel more stable for you? Because I want to go the other way around. I want to go from being a web dev. Well, I'm a chief technology officer, so it really doesn't matter where I go in that regard. But like, I'd rather be in the games industry. Thanks for the follow, Karsteny. Couldn't handle startup ride anymore. I've only done startup life. Well, for a brief period of time. At the beginning of my career, I worked for a consulting company. Then I worked for a startup for like 5 years, and then startup sold. And then I worked for a larger corp for about 1.5 years. And then I started my own company. Then worked for a startup company for 7 years. Like, yeah, you can leave game dev, but game dev never leaves you. I love the stability of the job. And also, like I said, the work is fulfilling. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the problem I've always had is I've never been interested in the business side of the work I do. And given that I've gotten to a point in my career where I'm on an executive level, I feel like I want to be somewhere where I care about the business side of things. I don't know why this isn't doing what I want it to do. It's not opening the window. I'm not fully sure why. I guess I could debug it. I've definitely gone the path of breaking it like I thought I would, but I need it to be a window, so I guess that's just part of life. Do I need to do anything with this root container? I don't think so. I don't think I want that. I don't want that, and I don't want that. I don't care about that. Do I even use the root container anymore? Let's just delete it. This is before I came up with a unified Windows system. I like this problem solving part. I hate the client interaction. Well, what's needed. And if I understood my boss correctly, people like me for it too. So someday when I'm financially stable, like in my 60s, then I'll just make games. Yeah, you know, that would be nice as well. I'd like to be at a point where I didn't need to maintain the salary I'm maintaining, so I could do what I want. Something very weird is going on here. So if we are here, when we tell it to open, well, let's try this again, because it could be the change I just made what's causing the problem. Pipe dream, but sometimes they come true if you pursue them hard enough, right? I mean, the thing that I found interesting in 2021 when we started this project was I really liked the idea of the game of Alterium, the game we're making. But we didn't do it like you probably should plan a project. Like a lot of people, I presume a lot of people, when they're making a game, they come up with the idea and some level of scope, and then they kind of stick to it. But things kept growing on us, and so we kept adjusting our scope to match the growth and investing more of our time, and then we got a publisher. So a lot of things got out of hand because we didn't expect it. But in this case, it's hard to even say it was scope creep, because I feel like we would have needed to have a real plan to even have scope creep. Like we kind of just had a wing and a prayer when we started this, because we didn't know anything really. Hey, fungi, welcome back. How are you? How have you been since last stream? Okay, it opens now. I don't want this to take focus, but it does open. That's good. I wonder if it'll open if I talk to this. Okay, that's good. It doesn't, the UI doesn't lock. It's okay, we'll figure that one out. You're learning Swedish, that's cool. How's that going? Oh, I didn't even realize how big of a scope Oh, how big of the scope was it? Very small. So it wasn't scope free, but scope um, while having a job, while learning, while coding, while having a job. The original scope of the game was going to be the exact same story with just different dialogue for the 3 different characters. So we still like the idea that you could choose your character, but we'd make like slight differences, but it wouldn't be very like dynamic. It's like same story, you all go to the same places, but you get a slightly different experience based on who you choose. That was the original scope. And then we got the demo out and we saw people really respond to it. And one guy, this guy named Mana on YouTube, played it and he was just like, the original plot, or the original start of the game, your character wasn't chosen by you, your character was chosen by who fell first in battle. So whoever fell first, the very intro was just you going into the training battle with Dolian, all 3 characters, and one of your characters gets knocked out, and that becomes your character. Because I like the subtlety of people finding out that, like, oh, you got Sage, but I had Pyra. What? You know? And no one got it. No one understood. There was like 0 comprehension across the board on people who gave us feedback on the demo that they could have been a different character. There's a lot like, wow, how did they force me to be Sage? It's like no one understood that it was randomized, right? And one guy, Mana, on YouTube, he's like, whoa, I could go back as another character. But wait, what does that mean over here? And he was like, just like totally wigging out about the possibility that there could be 3 distinctly different storylines. And so when we started talking to the publisher, I was like, I went to Jacob, like, we got to do this. We've got to make it so that the choices happen, like things that happen cause different things to happen. So that's one of our major split points of scope creep. So now you have 3 distinct characters. The characters are all starting in the same place, but they all go in different directions. And they have different quests. They have a different boss in Act 1. It does converge and like split apart, but it's like heavily branching dialogue. Or you just go visual novel where the storyline just erases everything that happened and goes its own way. One storyline, the visitor was Matt, your friend. The other, Matt turned out to be a serial killer. That's definitely not how it works on this one. Your main is your main. So like the characters, there's like thematic similarities in the story, but the characters all have different paths, basically. And the paths are based upon the character's personality. And you also make all the choices for the character's dialogue in the game. So yeah, it's an interesting situation. For sure. Why is this not working? So this must not be stopping. We say open the book. We say unopened window. We set it active. We say it's opening. We say it's open. It's not closing. And this says if it's not opening and it's not open. So I wonder if this is saying, let me see what happens here. Because it shouldn't say that it's closed. If it's not opening, oh wait, it's and I have to do or, not and. If it's not opening or it not, yeah. Otherwise, yeah. I think that's the problem. I'm working on the wiki for what's GDTuber? Is this your thing? Can I show? Oh, I mean, you pasted the link, so. Quellis. Code 807 is a dynamic PNG tuber software made in Godot. That's cool. Wait, did you make this? Are you Quellis? Are you the Quellis? I help with the wiki. Okay. That's cool. Not Quellis, yeah. Or the RPG. Wait, is this JRPG? Kind of, but no? Wait, I'm confused now. Well, you know, our publisher, our former publisher, because I shared with you the publisher terminate, right? You've been here since that conversation. Our publisher was based out of Japan, and we used the term JRPG, and they said that's fine. They considered it a JRPG. But JRPGs traditionally are more, they're a little more linear in their storytelling. It's more about sort of like the epic storytelling and stuff. But in Western RPGs, I guess, or just RPGs, they tend to be more choice driven. Like you get to choose your own adventure in a way. Ours is like a confluence of those. I see a wife. Hi, wife. Oh, I heard you sniff. Like, are you sad? You're sick. Okay. Okay. Good night, wifey. My wife's hands. Hope you sleep well. Good night. Yeah, so it's meant. That's kind of what it is with Alterium Shift. It's. I mean, we're inspired by Chrono Trigger. So, but unlike Chrono Trigger, so Chrono Trigger is really like choices have consequences, right? You make a choice in the past and it affects the future, blah blah blah. This is more like, crap. Why is this happening? Book is not open. This is more like you can make any choices and it doesn't fully affect any outcomes other than your experience. Why doesn't you? I mean, you can always go wish list, try the demo. I mean, if you want to get the early access version, you know, I know a lot of people want to wait until the full version's launch, so that's fine. But if you do get the early access version and you like it, leave a good review, because right now we dropped down the mixed. Do all those things. So the, you know, if you play the game, you get 3 choices for your characters. All the characters start in the same vicinity because they're all in the same school, but you get their experience differently. Oh, what do you want? What do you want, fungi? What are you looking for? Tell me more. What do you need? I didn't know there was a help command, which is really funny. So if it's not opening, okay, no, it does need to be an and, right? I need to figure this out. So what I need to do when we open this, I don't know, like, why wouldn't this work if I said if not is open? Okay. How can I double wish list that? You can't. I know. I thought I'd already explained the game to you in the past, but the JRPG part is that the storyline goes to the same end, right? There will be multiple endings. We're inspired by Chrono Trigger in terms of how the story goes. But unlike Chrono Trigger, which is like time travel and choices have consequences, the choices are a flavor and you're intended to try and play as the other characters. The game is going to be geared towards getting you to try the other characters for specific reasons. Like if you want the best ending, you're gonna have to play all 3 characters. And so, of course, understanding users don't have time to play the exact same game 3 times. Not only is the story different, but there'll be ways in which people can accelerate their experience with the other characters. I don't know what that means. Snala Matzis? How do you say I don't know what the A with the 2 dots over it means. But anyway, faster Matzi. Oh, because you're learning, that's Swedish. Okay, so it doesn't say the book is open, but it's still giving me interactions. Why is it doing that? We mutex locked it. We created a waiter. What is it I did before that would cause it to buy game? Thank you for buying the game, Cement. I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while since you popped up here. Prototyper. I know Vimlark, yes. Vimlark is going to be helping out at PAX this year again. Vimlark is holding on to our monitors that we purchased. Vimlark makes a good booth babe. Okay, let's see what happens here. So somewhere in here, I must have done something to make sure controls were managed properly, but I'm not sure what. No, there's nothing in here that would affect it. Did I do something with the UI control? I don't think so. For some reason, it's not stopping the... Did I do something in the book node? Let me see what I might have changed in here. Vimlark was the person who got you into game dev 4 years ago. That's amazing. I've been subbing to his channel, to their channel, over 4 years. I'm not even sure how many now. Didn't Vim promise he stopped the channel? Yeah. And what? Snala? It means faster, Matzi. Faster. Right? Oh, please, Matzi, please. Okay. See? Don't know. That I didn't change anything fundamentally here. What? Why would it suddenly not work just because I changed it to a window? I don't think it's related to my code changes. I think it might have to do something with our nodes. Let me just double check. I'm just glad I got it to open properly. I didn't change anything in the node. So I think what is actually happening is I have some code that locks the player. I wonder if I unlock it, gets unlocked because the... No, but it hasn't finished executing. Oh, I got rid of my... Okay. So I'm actually not totally sure this is true. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. It's because I overrode this is open and then it wasn't working properly. In my defense, I don't need to use Swedish for anything daily. Also, schnell in German means fast. Which is funny because it sounds like snail in English. Like the opposite. Chanel or snail. Maybe snails are secretly fast. You don't know. So they move so fast when you're not looking. So we do have a release coming soon with a ton of bug fixes. A ton of them. And hopefully after this, we'll be able to keep the updates going a little bit better. The same field is serialized multiple times. What? Book controller. What field is that? What field do we have serialized multiple times? Title text, no. Page number, no. Book container, no. Maybe this one? Panel canvas? I don't think I want a panel canvas, actually. Get rid of that. I don't think I've serialized multiple times. I'm over explaining. Man, the game looks so good already. Thanks, Cement. You're only seeing the beginning part. Like, when I stream, I don't show further along because there's got to be some sense of mystery. Hey, Killboy. Holy moly. 36 months? Oh, I'll put you in the code. Killboy is vying to be in every single file in our code. Wait, 8. Killboy, Killboy, you are so cool. A legend. Even. Wow. Look how much code you are in. The legacy of Killboy. Just throughout the code. Everywhere. Everywhere. Think about how did you abuse GitHub Actions? Make a game out of abusing GitHub Actions? That sounds great. Do you think Doro is good new username? I don't even know what it means. No worries, just bought the game, so I'll see it all. Expect to kind of want to wait until you get it done. Tell me, should I play now or wait? I have 2 answers for you. I would love to get your feedback, but I can't get it unless you play it. There is a beta. So one thing is that if you go to our Discord, which we posted earlier, there is a beta version. The version you get after you buy it is the one that was updated in January. The beta version has a bunch of new features, including camera nudging, among other things, and a bunch of bug fixes. So if you're gonna play it and then give feedback, I would say get the beta version. Which, if you go into Discord, there's a beta chat that you can see. It also has the infinite saves. So like, technically, you can save as many times as you want, as long as your computer can handle all the saves. That would be my. We're gonna push out the update hopefully end of next week to the main branch, but right now it's all in the beta branch. So if I show you, like, we have camera nudging, and like, see, and camera zoom, so people can look around. You beta, watch out, baby. Okay, now that worked. Yeah, I was just not using the right. Perfect. So now our books work again, except for that escape part, which is annoying. There's a lot of interesting things. So, here I can even show some of those things. So we'll load. The books aren't there yet. That's what, I'll probably have the books in sometime this week. I'll put it into beta, as in saving the books, because it's really not that much more from here, other than me just fixing the UI crap that's going on right now. Well, it might just be that the next time I'm of Playing Mind, you have the update ready, but I'll remember to get the beta anyway. However you want to do it, it's fine. I would love feedback, even though we've had tons of it. It's always nice to get more, especially with the latest update. So one of the things that we added, which is not in the current version that's not beta, is we've added, We've added, map edging. So if you like the edge, the original version, the version that's not in beta, when you get to the edge of the map, the camera keeps going. And I know it seems like a silly little thing, but to get Smile Game Builder to do map edging, I had to figure out quite a few things to make it work. And so that exists now. And then of course we have a whole, in Steam, I just did a post with all the updates out there. All right, let's see here. Share. Looks like someone even commented on the post today. That's good. If you like edging on maps, I made up the word doro as a play on Japanese. Sometimes you gotta do stuff. Edge on the map, you know what I'm saying? So the things that I would say is cement. You don't have to play until the game's ready if you don't want to. However, playing and feedback is great, and we will, love any sort. If you like it, any sort of positive reviews would help us. I'm sorry to be a review whore, but that's what it is. So here's some new features. We've got the edging on the maps. I can't zoom this in, so whatever. Oh, I made some massive performance improvements. We can nudge things. Save system's new. After the early access credits, you can keep playing. Cloud saves, I moved out of beta, so there is cloud saves for it. This is a small one, but you can skip the intro cutscene. There's something else cool that I added, which is so little, but it's a huge, huge improvement for the game. I made it recently where any object is interactable. So right now I've only done it with flowers. There's a quest where you have to pick flowers, and you can only pick them in town because I had to do in Smile Game Builder. I had to make every flower pickable. Now, any blue flower anywhere on any map, unless I've overridden the functionality, is pickable. And I'll be slowly adding more of this throughout the game. I mean, the game, it's a very, very interactive game. You can talk to a lot of things in the game. I just want to find out someone went through the entire game and picked every single flower they could pick, which would be hilarious to me. It's extremely... Mawixie! Welcome. And all of your viewers, thank you for showing up. So there's a lot of things that you can interact with. So people who like to explore will have plenty of things that they can talk to. I got 5 gold from this chest, or I'm going to go back here and find, I got a full potion. That's nice. Or I can sit in a bench. Of course, no one else sits in the bench, which I think is funny. I don't know what to do about that. Sit in a bench. Welcome, Oweeksy. Thanks for coming in. How was your stream? Okay, I lost the thread of talking because I was showing things. We're talking about nudging and edging. You finally got to raid me. Reminding me of an actual unironic shirt. Oh, that was something you were responding to. How do I use the engine in Godot, if you know? What engine? I mean, Smile Game Builder? You don't. You don't. This is the game, Moixie, yeah. You were just playing Valheim? That's cool. So not so much coding, I assume. Yeah, I was just showing some of the things about like the interactability of the game. You can catch chickens, which is really all you really want to do, right? Go catch chickens. Oh, it's Mr. Beaky Boo. Not Uni, but the other one. Yeah, I mean, Small Game Builder doesn't have an export for Godot, only for Unity. I love catching chickens. Well, chickens are catchable. Gotta walk to catch them, though. Gotta catch them all. If you don't walk to catch them, this is what happens. Bye, chicken. Dead chicken. Unreal? Oh, yeah. Small Game Builder only exports to Unity. Do not kick the chickens. At some point, I want to make the chickens attack you. I doesn't do that yet, but I will eventually make that happen. But you do have to walk to get them. You can also put them down if you want to. Bye, chicken. They will respond with violence. That is true. So I'm supposed to be working on saving the books. Oh, weird that I wonder why the fader didn't show up. That's weird. It's got a background tint. Oh, I think I need to add it to the... Do I need to add it here? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. And then I think I want to do... I think I have a setting here that won't make things selectable. Or not. I thought I had something that would do that, but apparently that is not the case. Okay. Do we not have panels in here? Let me see. No, we don't have panels either. I guess I could just add panels to these things. Let's see this one. Kick non-Godot users. Wait, it's just me. I don't use Godot. I know it was a joke, but anyway, use what you can. You must have to. You must have to will. You must have the will. Just make games, all right? It's okay to fail. Please, actually fail often. And the more you do, the more you learn. One day, it's there. The game you wanted to make, it's waiting. Anyway, welcome, Mobeaks. It's nice to have you here. Finally got you to raid my stream instead of me raiding you all the time. Appreciate it. I don't have the same 18 plus vibe you got going with all those terrible jokes that you tell. I don't know. I did like coming in and saying puns all the time, though. That was one of my more favorite things to do. I never shouted you out. Weird. How did I not get that up? I do have this, though. There you go. I lost my job at the orange juice factory. I got canned because I couldn't. Womp womp. What engine does Funman use? I did not. You're correct. I think Godot? No. Fun Man? Who's Fun Man? Oh no. What happened? The joke? Okay. So this works. The escape doesn't work because I have to do something to delay the small something something. Oh, Smile Game Builder. So there is an engine called Smile Game Builder, which is now pretty much defunct. I mean, they still sell it, but there's I'm Fun Man. Okay, I'll be Fun Man. That's fine. I'll be your fun man, fun guy. You'll be the fun guy. I'll be the fun man. There's so much room here for fun people. So mushroom here. I'm now Dodro. No, you said the fun guy, the real. Or is it the fun guy ethereal? So Smile Game Builder is what the engine was originally built in. And then we exported it to Unity because it has Unity export. If I go here, you can get a little taste of what it looks like. And so here's Summiton in Smile Game Builder. And I was talking about how these flowers are pickable everywhere. Well, they have to be these events. So when we were setting this up originally, I had to go and like put an event over every single stupid flower. Now I don't have to do that. Hey, Pixel, what's going on? How are ya? Oh, stop. I've got that smile. I've got the smile. Game Builder. So we got to get rid of the finger somehow. Can't remember how I do that. I think maybe I just hide the cursor. I guess I just hide it. Probably the easier solution on open. Just like UI manager dot disable cursor. What I do? Then I can just make it show up afterwards, I think. On a close. Public. I think it's like a finalize though, right? Where does this go? I want finalize close. That's the one I want. I can override this one. Okay. I don't want the on window close because it happens in a different stage of the life cycle. I've got too many closed options. It's really annoying, actually. So, override. Okay, so that will get rid of the finger. Then I've got to figure out how to deal with the escape option. Get channel points? Nope. Not a whole lot. I'm doing pretty good myself. I'm doing pretty good. Get rid of the finger? That one, yes. It became a joke on another stream because I used to use it to not offend anyone. What? The get channel points? Or you being fun? You offend people? I don't have an offend command, sorry. The only thing I have offensive is my dad jokes. How do you get a farm girl to marry you? First, a tractor. My grandfather survived pepper spray and mustard gas attacks in 2 wars, and he came home to us a seasoned a seasoned veteran. Get it? 'Cause too soon? Okay. So how do I deal with escape options? I think what I need to do is override something in the book window controller. So on here, I need to override the close command. Public. Override void. I think it's on window close. On. I don't remember what the stupid command. I just literally was working on it. What is it called? Book control. Oh, it's just this. Okay. That was not what I was trying to do. I went to the wrong place. Let's just undo what I did. Oh, did I just copy and paste the window open? Oh. I went deaf from that, and it's fine. For some reason, the audio was really loud. That took me too long. The tractor one. Doing joke at the end of a joke, not to offend anyone. You could also do kappa. People do that all the time. But the people who do that are the joke. Kappa. Okay, so what we want to do is when do we set a window as being actually closed? This dot because it is open. Is open equals false. This happens the second we're on the closed section. So I wonder if I'll try to do something here. What if I do if it's not open, then we'll close. We'll see if this works. I have no idea. It's like a weird delay thing where the escape key gets retained. Arch user, you are my arch nemesis. Get it, Arch? What's Arch? Is that a game? Is that Linux? Linux Arch? I once broke my left arm and my left leg, but I'm all right now. Arch Linux. As you can tell, I don't use Linux. I should. Many times in my life, I've tried to completely switch over to Linux, and it just didn't work. I have too many creature comforts. I know how to use Linux, especially after my career working in software, but I don't love it. I don't love Windows either. I've just learned how to accept things in life more. Man, my house no. I mean, I'm using Windows right now. That didn't work. Well, that one is okay because that wasn't this part. So let's see what happens if I do it. Good. So this works. But if I have to go back to that. Okay. So we have the books working and the escape key working fine there. So now I've got to figure out how to prevent the crap from opening. How did I do that before? I did this in other things. Did I do a weight frame? Maybe I did a weight. I guess I could do a weight frame here. So when we finalize... No, what am I doing? Not book controller. It's going to be book command. Oh, wait. Book window command. Here it is. So I think what I want to do is... return false so that it escapes. I don't know if this is going to be the best way to do it. I'll try. We'll do like half a second, I guess. Just to give it time for the thing to close. Why are you doing this to me? Stop it. It won't let me... And this will unlock it, which will make it... the user controls work again. We'll see if this works. In game dev, it's hard to use Linux, especially if you're building for consoles because all the dev tools are on Windows, right? Godot user, why does my project have no Unity? Those are a taste of my bad tech. I like tech dad joke. You're a tech dad? Oh, God. I mean, I'm gonna have 3 kids. What am I talking about? What did the dentist say to the patient? Brace yourself. Oh, no. Wouldn't it be the dentist bracing you? I'm not a dad. Oh. What do you call a bunch of vegetables standing in line? Cucumbers. I don't remember seeing that joke. Don't you think patients could brace themselves? I know. I like that one. I don't think I've ever seen that one. I lost one of my gloves today. On one hand, it's just a glove. On my other hand, cold. Or on the other hand. Oh, this is my other hand is cold. I think it should be written like, I lost one of my gloves today. On the one hand, it's just a glove. On the other hand, it's cold. That would make the joke much better. I will say that in one of my life visions, I could be a comedian, but I don't think that's true. They used to laugh at me when I said I want to be a comedian. Well, no one's laughing now. That's the Joker joke. Why is that? His point? No. It's like it's interpreting the escape key. Probably because it unlocks otherwise. I guess I could do that and see what happens. That might help. Yeah, joke. It doesn't change the type of joke. The numbers don't do anything. Why did the policeman think it was okay to enter a residence when he thought he heard a bird calls inside? Probable cause. Oh. I hired a pest control company and I think I got ripped off. My children are still here. Children are pests. Glass coffins, will they be popular? Remains to be seen. You guys are finding some good ones. I punched my monitor and now my hand hurts. Oh my gosh. Did it ohm? Oh. Ohm. Oh my gosh. Come on, you thought that joke was electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Why do you keep saying what? These are the jokes, people. I can't take my dog to the park anymore. The ducks keep biting him. I should have known this would happen. He's purebred. Purebred. Whew. I have heard the purebred joke before. What costs more, a ladder or a Lamborghini? The ladder. At least he's not inbred. Oh, if a child refuses to keep to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest? Yes. Uh-oh. The finger is stuck. Also, I can't control. Okay. So, one problem solved, another problem created. So the problem is that the way... Oh, crap. How am I going to do this? The way this thing releases control...
But Marcus, Ma, you knew I want to be a rock star. There's
There's
too
no butt
many
jokes.
rock stars in the world, but only one of you, Marcus.
Bald man got a great deal on a wig today. Only $1. It was a small price to pay. What's that? All right. Have a good one, fungi. Stay fun. Eh? So I think what I would need to do is maybe find a different place to check. I think the problem is this gets set too soon. If not is open and I think I could check to see if it's like not closing maybe. Like I could do this right here because I don't think is open. I think is open gets set in a couple places. So let me just see if I can. It's just a timing issue. I don't want to put like a timer just for this nonsense here. But then if it's not open, and not, it can't be closing either. Because if it's closing, I also don't want it to stop. It's all like the space in which it interprets the close. It's all happening within a frame, and that's the problem. Which is great. I guess it happens really fast, but you know it retains the input. How do you make your own antifreeze? Steal her pajamas in the cold. My wife said, "You really have no sense of direction, do you?" And I said, "Where did that come from?" I don't think that makes sense though. Like I think sense of direction needs to be, where are you going with this? I don't understand where you're taking this. You know, like that would make more sense than where did it come from. I need to go critique all these jokes. I didn't write all these jokes, obviously. As great as it would be if I did. These jokes were gifted to me. Okay, let's see. Why are you detecting the input? No, actually gifted to me by Sugar Stacks. So not a dad, an aunt. But not an ant like, you know, the bug. I think what I want to do is here, this one. I don't want enable cursor. What I want is can show cursor equals false. I don't need to enable or disable it. I just need to make sure it can or can't be shown. I think it's finalized. Oh. So this one is can't. This one needs to be true. This one needs to be. Wait, yeah, that's right. Doesn't solve my problem yet. Why did the skeleton cross the road? Because it was dead. What did one eyeball say to the other? Nothing. Eyeballs can't talk. Yes, those are incredibly pedantic jokes. I don't mind pedantic jokes. Actually. I'm sure you know what pedantic means, right? I'm sure you know what condescending means, right? Okay. So the final thing I need to confirm is how the flip am I going to do UI changes. Let me see how I did it with the fishing minigame. Because I think I did something here. On close. It's not the fishing game controller then. It's going to be fishing. Close window, disable cursor. No. Pedantic? Isn't that child healthcare? No. Pediatric. Pedantic is being like unnecessarily concerned about details on some topic. Like, here's what I've been saying, and you're like, yeah, but that's not exactly these little bitty details that don't matter. Am I over explaining this to you? Like, yes, Matzi, I know what pedantic means. Thank you. How do I do this? The message windows? Are these UI windows? I don't think they are. No. There's some way or some reason the cancel option is not being determined. This is window parent unlock control. Might just have to play with it a little bit. Did the rim shot not play? But ching. HTML Jujitsu. We do have a rim shot sound effect. Where is it? If you guys like rim shots, that is. I don't use my board for that though. I'm usually the one that is receiving rim shots. You know what makes me throw up? A dartboard on the ceiling. I don't remember that joke. That's a good one. What do you call the Terminator when he retires? The X-Terminator. Well, it's 10:46. I could keep going and messing around on this, but I think I got the components I need. Oh, you know, one more. Let me do one more thing. So the other thing I need to do is I need to make sure when a book is read, it shows up in the book library. So that should be pretty straightforward. If I do book node, when we load it, we do actually script display book. Okay, so here, if we're gonna show a book, oh god, go back. This is gonna be a GUID, I think. So that should be fine. Yeah. So I should be able to do this. I'm gonna say book data manager, not open book. Add. It doesn't really matter whether the book exists or not. Did I take it as a GUID? Book data dot ID. It's not public. Public static void add book. Oh, doesn't need to be instant. So that would add it to the lexicon. Let's find out. And this can be the last thing I work on for now. My wife is going to be going to the Boundary Waters, which is northern Minnesota, and tomorrow. Without me, I have all 3 kids, all to myself, which is going to be me taking care of 3 children, and hopefully they stay alive. We'll see how that works. I usually do okay at keeping our kids alive. Knock on wood. There's wood up there. So far, I've had success. What do you call a cow after it's given birth? Decaffeinated. Oh. You made it this far. Don't give up now. So you're saying there's a chance. All right. So let's go to our... The idea of these books is that it doesn't matter what save file you're in. If you read a book, it should show up in your book library. So right now, we just have the joke book. If I go here and I look at this one, you should be able to see, look at that. And now I can go read it later. Which is the mechanic I've been wanting to put in this game for ages. This whole escaping, going back here, that's I had to fix that. But we're also going to have, I think what I'm going to end up having to do is have like a little sub filter where the books will be categorized by some kind of type. So thinking like tutorial books or informational books or special books, probably. I don't really want to make a search feature because that sounds annoying. I don't want to have the player input to search for things. But I don't think we're going to have enough books that are going to require... Like, we're not going to have hundreds of books. We will have a number of books, but we're not going to have hundreds of them. So, at most, we'd want to filter them by, like, tutorials or informational or something that's special for the game. But there you go. I also have to make something that will disable the book feature because when you're about to do your test in the game, I don't want you to be able to cheat and use your books. It defeats the purpose of Crystal saying you can't check books in the library. I'll have to make something that I can like turn it off and on again. All right, I think that's good. I think we're at a good spot. We're good to wrap up. Throw up the credits. Thanks for all the people who joined 2 raids. Got raided by TBD Gamer and Moixie. So that was fun. Bit more of a busier night than usual. And we got books. It'll make it into the next release. That's good. People like books sometimes. I don't know who to raid. We could go raid Carbs. What's Carbs working on? He's a nice dude. Go raid Carbs Code. Haven't seen him in ages. Thanks all for hanging out. I will probably be back on Tuesday, depending on how I'm feeling with 3 kids. So we'll keep on keeping on. Hopefully soon-ish a new release will come out in the main branch. I'll keep my kids alive though, one way or another. Have a good night. See you later, Pixel, and all y'alls.
Skater guy. Oh crap.